My brothers and sisters out there, I want to start by telling you all a story. Now, the story begins before my time of where I'm at today, and it really kind of develops into why I really want to start this brand. So, growing up, I've never exactly been the most popular person or somebody who gets along with a lot of people, and I've always been okay with that for two main reasons. One, I've always had my family. My mom has done everything for me, taken care of me since I was little, and done it by herself. And two, I've always known that I don't exactly fit in anywhere. And it's not so much because of my personality or anything like that. It's just, for me, my beliefs, not just my morals, not just my religion, not just everything, but I always felt like something was missing. And I realized there are a lot of people in this world, but there are very few true, real human beings. And the ones who are actually good, the ones who mean the best intentions, the ones who have the best hearts, are always the ones who suffer in silence. I never really understood that until now. And I really wanted to grow this account, and I am going to grow this account. And that's why I also want to start my brand on something that you know you don't have to feel like you're alone. That you know if you're out there and you care, regardless of whatever it is you care about, it can be a person, it can be yourself, it can be just about life. As long as you have a heart and you have good intentions and you truly want to make a difference in this world, that is what matters. So I'll break it down even further. For me, I've always thought that if you do a kind gesture for somebody, they'll simply appreciate it. Not look at you different, not treat you different, not think you're hitting on them, not think that it's this huge deal, but people are very different nowadays than they were back in, I guess, my own head. And I would think, okay, if you do something good for somebody, they won't take it in a bad way. But that's not how people are, and I've learned and I've had to change myself a lot. I've had to do things very differently. I've had to change how I talk, how I am, what I want to be able to do. And I realize I'm making all these changes for what? Some of them have been for work, which makes sense. But others, and actually, if I'm being honest, not even the ones for work make sense. But I've had to change who I am as a person multiple times in hopes to be able to be accepted by people who genuinely will never be in my life. People who, honestly, I really don't care what they think of me. And I've started to realize now that if I do not take my risk, if I do not take a chance on myself, if I do not push myself to do better, whether that's making better content, launching this brand already, even though my other sample hasn't came in. I'm wearing one of the first shirts, and I'll show you guys. This is the front. It's a very big, boxy shirt, and I'm extremely excited to walk around today, take some pictures, hopefully later on this week, and be able just to do more, because I'm so sick and tired of constantly waiting around, of hoping that this will work out, or hoping that I'll be able to get a job that could potentially pay me enough, and I'm gone so many hours out of the day. And honestly, it's nothing against working. I love to work, don't get me wrong. I love to be able to do things, but I realize the more time I'm missing with my family means the more time I miss out on my daughter being grown, on the more time I miss out on my mom. And there's nobody's time is ever guaranteed in this life. And I realize what truly matters to me is my family. What truly matters to me is growing my channel, growing my brand, and being able to be someone who helps others. Now, it's not an easy task, but I would much rather take on this most challenging task than to lay down and accept a fate worse than what I feel is what I deserve. Now, everybody has their own thing. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to do everything right. You don't have to be always right about an argument or about a statement. You can admit you're wrong, and there have been times where I haven't wanted to, but the grown person that I'm becoming will always admit whenever I make a mistake, will always try to change, will always want to do better. Not because I have to, but because in my heart, that is what I truly believe God wants me to do. My brothers and sisters out there, I want to build this account, grow it, but I need you guys' help. If you truly do enjoy my content, I want to be able to hear from you. If you want me to talk a little bit about more of something or less of something, I want to hear about it. You guys are why I push myself as hard as I do every single day, because I truly do enjoy making videos. Now, very soon, I am going to be switching up a little bit of style of content. Not anything crazy, just simply taking you guys out along part of my day, going on different places, and just doing things, because that's stuff I enjoy. Not like full-on vlogging yet. Hoping, maybe one day later on I could do that. But for as it stands right now, I want to be able to kind of take you guys along in some of the journeys that I do and different things that I do as part of my day, just because I really want to be able to show you guys. you can find joy even in little things, whether it's looking at a grocery list, right? Whether it's, turning on your car, whether it's just waking up, whether it's taking a shower, whether it's doing some kind of exercise, walking. It doesn't have to be going to the gym, lifting heavy weights. It doesn't have to be something super extreme. You find the joy in the little things because you're grateful to be here. You're grateful to be alive. That's what I want to be able to do. I've had and made a lot of mistakes in my life, if I'm being honest. But the one mistake that I will never want to make is losing the best things in my life that I have right now. And even though I stumble, even though I trip, I realize now that if I were to give up, if I were to lay down and allow my mom to suffer, to allow my daughter to think that it's okay to be working multiple jobs or doing multiple things and not getting anywhere, then I would be letting everybody down. My brothers and sisters out there, if I were to give up today and stop making videos, I realize that nobody, and I mean this, nobody would remember who I am in a very short amount of time. And it's not so much the remembrance that I want, it's to be able to help others. It's to be able to make a difference in this world. Now, there are days where I struggle, if I'm being honest. There are days where I go and I have doubt, and I hate that, because I know that I need to let go and let God do what He intended to do for my life, for the plan that I'm supposed to live. And there are times where I'm so stressed out, so worried, so everything. And I realize some of it, well, almost all of it is 100% my fault. But there are some things I do not need to be stressed about. Because if God would allow me to do better, then I have to believe that. If certain people are in my life for a reason, I have to believe that. If I need to have full trust in Him and others, then I must. My brothers and sisters out there, it's never an easy task to be able to have faith, to be able to trust, and to be able to move on from being hurt. But I would much rather be improving who I am as a person every single day than just laying down and never understanding what it is to truly fight. Not just fight for what you believe in, but fight for a purpose. Fight for you, because you're worth that. And understand that no matter how many dark days you have, no matter how dark things get, you are never alone. Whether it's God, whether it's your friends, whether it's your family, or if you don't have either, just knowing you have this account to come to. I want to be able to make sure that you all know that hopefully we can build a community in here where we reach out to one another, where you can meet one another, even if it's just virtually, and be able to support one another. That is my end goal, to be able to help others so I can make connections for you all, to be able to show you that what this brand, who I am and what I stand for, I stand firm in my morals. I will not allow anything to bring me down. I will not allow anyone to cause doubt in my head. Going forward, I will push myself a lot harder, not because I have to, but because I need to, in order to be the strongest, best version of myself for my family that they deserve. Because if I do not do it, we do not have anything. And if I'm being honest with you all, there are times where I get so stressed out about money, about rent, about how I'm gonna make things work for this month, and sometimes I have to just take a breath. God has never left my side. God has never let me down. And I cannot start believing that He's trying to now. Because if I start to lose faith, if I even start to question things for 1 minute, all that does is bring pain to my heart. And that is not what I need right now. I have to be stronger. God has given me enough blessings to this day, and I have opportunities I have never had in my life. So I need to stop dreading the little things. Stop allowing what others think of me, what others say, how others view me to affect me. And yes, it is so much easier said than done. But you know what I realized? Those people are not gonna be in my life forever. Those people are simply a stepping stone in the lesson I need to learn. And at the end of the day, I do not wish anyone bad. My brothers and sisters out there, I would much rather be fighting a battle that I can see than one I've never seen coming. And when it comes to everything that God put in my way, I am grateful that I have the ability and the opportunity to be able to see it coming. I pray you do the same. I pray you understand that no matter how dark things get, no matter what challenges arise, that you can overcome them. And you need to understand, if you are unhappy with the situation you are in currently, if you want change, the only person who's going to give that to you is you. You can ask God for signs. You can ask God to help. You can ask God for a lot of things. But if you do not and are not willing to take the actions and make the changes that are needed, you will never see a difference. It's simply like this. If you lay down and you ask God, please help me up, but you do not get up, and he gives you every reason to, then it is you, my brothers and sisters out there, that need to make that change. You have to make that push. God will give you all the tools you need, give you every single resource, teach you and show you. But if you choose to make a decision that goes against what he wants for you, that is your own free will, that is your decision. And I pray you make the right ones. Thank you for being here today. And I cannot wait to tell you all more soon and show you all more, just a little bit more into my life as well as what I do to kind of help me stay consistent, not just with my faith, but with who I am as a person. I pray this video finds you well. And I want you to know, if you're seeing this right now, this was intended to find you. And I truly hope and pray that God allows this to be seen by you. Because I know that you're struggling, and I know what that's like. And I pray to be able to see you again soon, my friends. Thank you for being here. Have a great day, and I pray to see you again tomorrow. Thank you.